Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets behind today's biggest companies. And let me tell you this filing about Guess. Incorporated is about to spill some serious tea on a major business move that has been brewing. So, what do you need to know about this latest filing? Well, it seems like Guess is getting ready to go private, selling itself to another company. We're going to look at what that means and what is happening behind the scenes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you love getting unfiltered insights into corporate moves. And if you want to dive deeper with fellow business enthusiasts, join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Alright, so we're looking at a report from Guess Incorporated, or Guess Incorporated as it is officially known. This is a current report, meaning something notable has happened recently, and it is happening with a date of the 31st of October 2025. This document is a Form 8K. Think of it as a really important public announcement from a company registered with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC it is for when something significant happens that shareholders and investors need to know about right away, not just when they get their regular quarterly or annual reports. Now, one of the boxes checked here tells us this filing relates to soliciting material. This means they are likely trying to get their shareholders to vote a certain way on upcoming company decisions. In simpler terms, they are actively asking for your approval on something big. We can also see here what kind of securities Guess is registered with. They have common stock, which is what most people own when they buy shares in a company, and this stock is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol GS, that is the symbol you'd look up if you wanted to check out their stock price. So diving into the main event, this report talks about something called a merger agreement. This happened back on the 20th of August 2025. Essentially, Guess Incorporated, which they call the company here, entered into an agreement to be bought. The buyer is a company called Authentic Brands Group LLC, or Authentic. They've got a parent company and a merger sub, which is basically a shell company set up just to do this specific deal. The plan is for this merger sub to merge with Guess, and Guess will continue to exist, but it will become a privately owned company completely controlled by parent. This is a pretty common way for companies to be acquired. Now, a big milestone was hit on the 27th of October 2025. The waiting period for something called the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act expired. This is a mouthful, but it basically means that government regulators have reviewed the deal to make sure it doesn't create a monopoly or harm competition in the market. The fact that this waiting period expired is a positive step, showing that the initial antitrust hurdle has been cleared. However, the report clearly states that the deal is not done yet. They still need approvals from other countries, their own shareholders need to vote yes on the merger proposal, and some other conditions need to be met. The company wants to make sure everyone knows where to find more details. They've filed a lot of paperwork with the SEC, including something called a proxy statement and a schedule 13E-3. The proxy statement is where they tell you all about this merger and why shareholders should vote for it. The Schedule 13E-3 is also a regulatory document related to going private. They are saying this current report is not a substitute for reading those detailed documents, and they strongly urge stockholders to read them carefully. This is a really important legal disclosure designed to protect the company. They're basically saying, hey, we've given you all the information, but you need to do your homework before you vote or decide anything about your investment. They've sent these documents out to shareholders around the 21st of October 2025. Something else to note is that the company's top executives and directors, along with some other employees and Authentic, could be considered participants in this solicitation of shareholder votes. This means they have a vested interest in the outcome and might be actively trying to persuade shareholders to vote in favor of the merger. The report mentions that information about their interests in the merger is in the proxy statement. And taking a look at the signatures, this report is signed by Carlos Alberini, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Guess Incorporated. He signed it on the 31st of October 2025, the same date as the report. This confirms that the company's top leader is aware of and has authorized this filing. Now let's get to the analysis. What does this all really mean for Guess? Firstly, the fact that they are being acquired by Authentic Brands Group is significant. Authentic is known for owning and managing a portfolio of lifestyle brands, so this suggests they see a lot of potential in the Guess brand, its assets, and its customer base. Going private often means less public scrutiny and potentially more flexibility for the new owners to make changes they believe will improve the business without the constant pressure of quarterly earnings reports and public market expectations. The Hart-Scott-Rodino clearance is a good sign, indicating that at least in the US, there aren't major antitrust concerns with this deal. However, the pending regulatory approvals in other jurisdictions are a potential point of concern. If those don't come through, the deal could fall apart. The need for shareholder approval is also a critical step, while management typically recommends a merger. There is always a chance shareholders might not agree if they feel the price isn't right, or if they have concerns about the future direction. The company's strategy here appears to be a shift from being a publicly traded entity to a privately held one, all under the umbrella of Authentic Brands Group. This can often lead to a significant restructuring or a change in strategic focus. For investors who currently hold Guess stock, this merger means they will likely receive a cash payout or potentially shares in the new private entity, depending on the specifics of the deal outlined in the proxy statement and Schedule 13E-3. What we don't see directly in this particular Form 8K are the detailed financial tables that would show the company's recent performance. This specific filing is more about the event of the merger process itself and the regulatory steps being taken. However, the fact that a merger is happening suggests that either the current owners believe the company will perform even better under new private ownership and strategic direction, or perhaps they see challenges ahead that they believe can be better managed away from the public spotlight. A key risk here is integration. How well will Authentic Brands Group be able to integrate Guess into its existing portfolio? Will they invest in new product lines, marketing, or store expansions? Or will they focus on cost-cutting and streamlining operations? The success of this merger will depend largely on Authentic's ability to revitalize or optimize the Guess brand. Another point to consider is the valuation. The terms of the merger agreement, including the price paid per S-Hair, are detailed in the other filings mentioned. Investors should always scrutinize these valuations to understand if they represent fair market value and if the acquiring company is getting a good deal, as well as if the selling shareholders are being fairly compensated. In conclusion, this filing marks a significant transition for Guess Incorporated, moving from public ownership to private control under Authentic Brands Group. While regulatory hurdles are being cleared, the ultimate success will depend on the execution of the merger and the strategic direction taken by Authentic. It's a move that could usher in a new era for the Guess brand, but one that carries both opportunities for growth and the inherent risks of major corporate restructuring. What do you think about this news for Guess? Let us know in the comments below what your take is on companies going private. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussion and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.